From KwaZulu-Natal now, let's go to the Eastern Cape, where the Nelson Mandela Bay municipality's water supply is fast approaching day zero. Justin Ford is in Motherwell there in Gqeberha, joining us now live from there. Good afternoon, Justin. How bad is the situation of water there? We understand a few days ago that day zero, it could be a reality for that municipality.
Yeah, good afternoon, Brad Dan. Having spoken to the Deputy Mayor just earlier on, she is confident that they are able to supply the Metro with some water, with certain dams being able to be opened and supply these communities with water. But I think another big focus has to be infrastructure as well, Brad Dan. We are in Motherwell, as you mentioned, where a certain sewage pipe often gets blocked. The pump itself is just not operational. Whenever it goes down, the community here suffers with a certain smell. But I think best to speak to one of the residents, Mr. Ben Nefu, who joins me. Mr. Ben, just from your point, how frustrating has it been to be able to live here? You are a grandfather. You talk about your grandchildren and your children getting sick. Just talk us through your experience.
My experience started from before 1994. I stayed here. All these years, we've been bad smelling on this area. All of us, yes. Mosquitoes, bad smelling, truck draining here from pump number 3. For 15 years, there's nothing happening. You can see there's a hole of water, but the smell is coming to my house. I can't eat, I can't do anything. All of us in this area, there's nothing happening. We don't get enough service from the municipality. That is our concern. And
your concerns towards the municipality, when you speak to them, what are their responses like when you engage with the municipality about your concerns in terms of the sewage and the stagnant water in the area?
What is happening, they're calling this pump there, you can see in front of you, they call it pump number 3. There's always trucks, I can't mention the name of the company, who's always draining here almost every day. But now, unfortunately, you received here, when you came here, there's no trucks, but they drain here almost every day. They drain sewage, even in my house. There's a toilet coming out in my house, at the back of my house. Almost every 2 weeks, I have to go to municipality and report this bad smelling. The toilet which is coming here is not bearable for my kids, even for myself. I can't sit enough, I can't eat. There's a bad smelling coming all over the place. All of this area is full of this bad smelling. The toilet.
There's a new leadership in the Metro that is committed, or at least they say they are committed to change. Is that something that you feel is going to happen, that one day you will wake up and your problems with regard to sewage is going to be a thing of the past?
I didn't receive any response from anybody coming to tell me. They come and take pictures of this area, but there's nothing happening. All these political companies, they come here, but there's no response. There's no improvement. You can see the drainage here is still there. Nothing is happening. So the smell is there almost every day and night, bad smelling, mosquitoes. You see, I'm a pensioner. I have to take my kids to the doctor. Then the doctor tell me the problem is mosquitoes.
I understand that, and we know that ahead of the elections last year, a lot of promises were made, but yet here we find ourselves in a place where even I, having arrived here, could smell that stagnant water in the area. Sort of, at the end of the day, what is your concern, Mr. Nefu? What would you like to see happen in order for things to change here?
What I would like to see here is an improvement. Since I stayed here before 1994, there's no improvement. They created this pump number 3, but there's no progress. What is happening here? There's always trucks which are draining from the big drainage, but when these things are blocked, the blockage, the toilet is coming out of the back of my house.
And it's a small thing to ask just basic needs being water, sanitation. But then there we have it, Mr. Nefu, one of the residents here in Motherwell, just complaining about, lack of facilities, lack of assistance, service delivery for them that ultimately affects his family, affects his well-being, the lives of his children who constantly need to be hospitalized. And as we talk, we actually see one of the trucks passing by. Whether it deals with it, it says it's the waste management trucks that's making the way through Motherwell at the moment. Whether we're going to find them stopping and actually working right now is another question, but they appear to just be driving past. But again, something that should not be happening, as the resident mentions, been here since, pre-1994 days, and it's an unfortunate circumstance that the residents of Motherwell face.
Yeah, well, service delivery is a major challenge, but some would argue, thank you very much, Justin, for that the Western Cape, for example, is an exception somewhat.